So it is National Lightning Safety Awareness Week. In case you didn't know, well, now you do know. So Christina's joining us to give us some details on what lightning really is, how often it happens, and how we can stay safe. Thanks for joining us.
Absolutely, good to be here. So it's Lightning Safety Awareness Week, and I don't know about you, but lightning comes with every thunderstorm, and it fascinates people. But you wonder, why do we need a safety week every single year for it?
I think we misunderstand it, absolutely.
We do. And the thing is that some things, when it comes to weather safety, they change. So I learned a lot of my weather safety from Girl Scouts growing up, but things changed. Like in 2008, the National Weather Service quit telling folks to crouch down if they're outside, stuck outside in lightning. Now they tell you to proceed to shelter. Just keep moving towards shelter. So things like that change every year. So we got to talk about it.
Exactly, because there's more and more information available every year.
Absolutely.
So, all right, so this week is the Awareness Week. So talk to me about the frequency of lightning. I mean, we see it almost every day this time of year, but really talk about the frequency.
We do. So lightning happens all across the country with every single thunderstorm. It's a fundamental part of a thunderstorm. Lightning, it's what causes the thunder.
Exactly.
So we've got every thunderstorm, every time we have thunderstorms, we've got lightning, and we want to keep you safe from that. Because if we take a look at this weather graphic that I've got pulled up, if we can switch on to Max 1 right now, this is the average yearly fatalities from lightning across the U.S. And Georgia and Alabama both, unfortunately, rank in the top 10 states for lightning fatalities each year. Tennessee averages 1. This is up for the past 10 years. And unfortunately, so far in 2018, there's already been 1 fatality in the state of Tennessee from lightning. So that's why we want to talk about the safety so much. In terms of how many lightning strikes we see every year, I found this absolutely fascinating. Tennessee sees 12.1 cloud-to-ground lightning strikes per square mile every year.
Wow.
Every single year.
That's crazy, per square mile. We don't think we have that many, but
you don't think about it, but that's how frequently, and that's cloud to ground, so that's what could be dangerous to you. So for Georgia, and Georgia's a bit lower than Tennessee, Alabama a bit higher.
Right.
But all in all, pretty impressive numbers there per square mile. When you think about it, that's not a very large distance, and that's how frequently we see.
And again, that's that cloud to ground. That's that streak lightning.
That you see.
That's scary.
Right, that's scary. That, you know, we've seen it strike trees in the past week or so. It's a perfect week for us to be talking about lightning safety because we've had all of these thunderstorms around. We've seen it strike trees, it struck buildings and caused some fires. You see it strike the ground. We don't want it to strike you.
Right. And that is a real possibility. So what do we do when we get caught out in a storm?
When you get caught out in a storm, first of all, you want to seek shelter. You want to know the forecast. That's the big thing, is pay attention to the forecast, know when there's the potential for lightning. So if you're going to go hike a mountain, hike it in the morning, because if you've lived around here for very long, you know that we often see that lightning in the afternoon.
Absolutely.
So if you hike in the morning, get off the mountains before noon, you should be okay. Keep an eye on the sky. You want to stay away from metal objects. You want to stay away from water, especially. Now, when you're camping, maybe you've got a vehicle around. If you get in the vehicle, you don't want to touch the outside of the vehicle, because if the vehicle were to be struck, that's what's going to disperse the charge. But if you're inside the vehicle, that's a safe place to be. You want to be in a sturdy building. A camping tent provides you no shelter for lightning.
Absolutely. It can come through the cloth, right?
Absolutely. So if you have to seek shelter, you want to stay in your safe spot for 30 minutes after you see the last strike of lightning or hear the last boom of thunder.
Okay, so even 30 minutes after the last occurrence.
Right, because the way thunderstorms work, they can tilt. The ones that last a really long time, they go up in the sky and they lean over. So you can have lightning come out the backside of a thunderstorm and strike 10, 15, even 20, 30 miles away from where it's raining. So it doesn't have to be raining at your location for you to still be seeing lightning.
For it to still reach you.
Absolutely. So that's why you have to stay inside for so long. And I know kids hate it, especially when they're at the pool. They want the lifeguard to tell them they can get back in the pool, but it's for your safety.
Absolutely.
Because while we've seen lightning fatalities across the U.S. decline over the past few years, we still have them.
They're still present.
And you definitely don't want to take shelter under trees. I know people, they want to stay dry. They try to go under the tree. But that's really one of the last places you want to be.
Good to know. Now, this is a fun fact that you told me the other day. So which is hotter, lightning or the surface of the sun?
I love asking this to kids when I do weather in the classroom. It's one of my favorite fun facts about lightning. It's not a cool fact because lightning is super hot. So lightning can actually reach temperatures of up to 50,000 degrees,
wow,
which is hotter than the surface of the sun. Positive lightning strikes are 5 times hotter than the surface of the sun.
Wow, okay, so that's really, really hot. So one way to stay on top of the weather is, of course, to get our News 12 app on your phone. You can always check the weather on there and tune in and watch the news, of course. Thanks for joining us and
we'll have more at
educating
noon.
us. Yes, we'll have more at noon, that's right. All right, so stay safe. We'll be right back on Let's Chat.